Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your What's Cracking for Sunday the 2nd of December. For the person who asked about my red dressing gown, yes, I'm wearing it again today. I'm a really early riser, so most times I'm awake somewhere between 4 and 5 a.m. So I do everything before I get dressed or showered and dressed for work. So I like to do the readings before I get ready for work, while I'm having my cup of tea, so I can find out what's happening for the day too. So if anybody hears the noise in the background, no need to comment. I've got my washing machine going, so it's housework day, Sunday, and I've got to say it's really nice to be home for the day. Okay, what's cracking? Ooh, nice. Some of you may be dealing with a Leo, Sagittarius or Aries today. This can be a man or woman. This person is generally a leader, someone who is very confident, self-assured. You know, often they're sort of seen as very attractive, passionate, sexy, sometimes good looking. So it seems like people are going to be dealing with this person today. So, oh, it's Sunday. Maybe you've got a date. Who knows? Okay, so then I have out first the Page of Pentacles. Now, the Page of Pentacles talks of a message coming in. Sometimes it can be a small sort of token, sort of like a peace offering. Can be money, can be something more tangible like a job or a job offer. Sometimes it can be about education, so receiving something from uni or TAFE, and there's lots of other things that it can be, but the one thing I always find it comes out is when karma's about to be paid back or taken, so that's always quite interesting. Some sort of exchange. Okay, we have the Six of Wands. Yvonne, that's a sword. Six of Swords here. Now, the Six of Swords talks about moving into calmer waters after being in turbulent times. The man in the boat, of course, is carrying his swords. He has 4 of them over his shoulder and 2 left in the boat, but I'm pretty sure he's going back for them. This is about moving on to better times, like going out of some sort of situation. Okay, so then I have the Seven of Pentacles here, and the Seven of Pentacles is a card that talks about patience. And for all of you who comment with me, we all know patience is very difficult. None of us are incredibly good at it. I think it's a fallacy. I think someone made it up, so we had to be patient. I don't think anybody's good at being patient. I just think that people have learned to be patient. I know for many years I was told that patience was a virtue, and I still didn't understand what that meant to be patient. I do understand you have to wait for things. I do understand divine timing. I do understand if you plant something, you've got to wait for it to grow. It still doesn't make me any less patient. So, or any more patient, I should say, shouldn't I? Okay, and then we have the Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles talks about equal give and take. It's about sharing the wealth. It's about, you know, giving as much love back as what you're receiving. It's also about making sure that, you know, you are being fair in all your dealings. Okay, so then we have the Queen of Cups. Now, the Queen of Cups can represent a water sign, so she can be a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. She is a woman who is lovable, kind. She often represents the mother figure. She can represent psychics and mediums, so sometimes it means that you're going to travel to someone to get some advice. But she's sort of emotional. She is emotional, there's no doubt about that, but she's also not overly emotional. Not overly emotional like a knight or a page, because they're much younger. She's mature. Okay, and then we have the Seven of Swords. So this is quite interesting, this reading. So the Seven of Swords has many meanings, but it can talk about thievery and deceit, stealing, but it can also talk about sort of sneaking away in the middle of the night. It can talk about running away with your ideas, trying to outsmart your competition. So many meanings for the Seven of Swords. I'm not going to read this just yet because it's quite different. Okay, so then we have another card of balance. So we have the Temperance card here, and funnily enough, patience, because it's the card of divine timing. Now I've noticed the Temperance card has been coming a lot in readings this last few days, so I feel like there is definitely things coming for people. Okay, I might just have a quick take in of these energies. Some of you are moving away from something. I feel like whatever this situation is, it could have been a situation where you weren't receiving what you put in. That's for sure, because I have lots of cards of balance and patience. I don't feel any, how would you say, I don't feel any anxiety or stress in moving away from this situation. It's almost like this very calm, ordered way of doing something. It's almost like you've just woken up one day and gone, I'm just not doing this anymore, I'm now moving on to this, and you've made the decision to go. So some of you have been very patient waiting for something to come in here. You're waiting for an offer or some news on something. Could be to do with work, but definitely waiting for some news. Now I feel like with these other cards here, the Temperance and the Seven of Swords, and the Seven of Swords actually looking back at the Temperance here, I feel like a lot of you have sort of started to take an inventory of where you're up to in your life. Like it's like you're doing a life review here, trying to decide how to move forward, but also trying to decide where you're up to and what you want. So it's like, you know, looking at how your world is for you and deciding whether it's the right way to go. So for a lot of you, waiting for whatever it is to come in, you are being patient about it. You are sort of saying, well, okay, I'm waiting for these things to happen, but that's okay. I understand they will come in divine timing. And just moving away from things that don't serve you anymore. So it's a really nice reading in that a lot of you are realizing that you can't stay stuck where you are, and it is a bit of a stuck environment at the moment. The universe has got us all in a holding pattern, so lots of people waiting for things to change. But this is about deciding what you want going forward. So I think a lot of you have decided, you know, you don't want to put up with any deceitful behavior. You don't want to put up with someone who's emotionally cold. You want to find, you know, a job that gives back to you, that pays you the money you're entitled to. It's almost like you're trying to put things in line for yourself and understanding what it is you want. So for some of you, you may have been through some very hard times, and it's like now I just want to sit back, and before I move forward, I'm going to make sure I know what I want before it hits my path, so that if it's not right for me, I don't put up with it. Okay, look at this. Moving forward on your path. Okay, so this is the Star card. Now this talks about hope and faith, and I feel so much of that in this reading here. It's a really nice reading. So we're talking about having hope and faith that the universe is putting us on the right path and we're moving in the right direction. So it's almost like a lot of you have lost that impatience, that you know, wanting, that needing. You're just sort of going, well, you know what, I understand the universe has got this in hand. I understand what I want now, and I'm not going to drive to get it. I'm just going to go with the flow and just move through this. And taking things out of your life, making sure that you're not putting up with sort of bad things. The Two of Pentacles comes out here. So the Two of Pentacles again talks of balance. So we have a lot of cards of balance here. A lot of cards of balance and patience. So I feel like a lot of you are getting that now. It's very hard sometimes to give up control to the universe and just understand the universe has got it in hand. This man, we see his way, well, his ships have come in, but he's unable to move forward here because he's busy balancing out what he wants. And this is you balancing out how you want your life to look. I think many of you have realised that you have probably a bit more power in this than what you realised you had before. The one thing I love about this card is that firstly he's on a beach and the waters are very turbulent. So he's definitely trying to make a very balanced decision rather than going head over heart over head. So one of those things stands out more because it's slightly higher than the other one, but he's certainly giving all options a go here. Okay, and then we have the Ten of Wands. This is lovely. This is you putting down your burdens now. So this is you truly understanding that the universe is taking you on a journey and letting the universe do its work. It's really nice. It's a really lovely reading. It's giving up control. It's understanding that you can't control things. You know, I think that we're so, you know, people are so into this, you know, trying to control everything that happens in their lives, and we can't control things. Like birth and death are really an indication of that. You can't control those things. Well, you can, I guess, if you want to kill someone or deliver someone by cesarean. We have intervened in those, I guess. When I think about that, it was probably not the right indication. You can't make someone do something that they don't want to do. It's the whole, you can take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. It's about understanding that the universe has greater power than we do. If they want to make something happen, they will. And it's sort of like having a greater understanding of that and being able to move forward in your life, knowing that what you want is what the universe wants for you too. So having that understanding, that peace with yourself, that place that you get to where you just feel really, really comfortable with who you are and where you're going. Okay, very nice reading for a Sunday morning. It's a very, very Sunday morning reading. I'll just pull you an oracle card if they'll let me. Come on, guys. No. There it is. Okay, so we have the card of the Phoenix, and the Phoenix talks about being prepared to be renewed after a period of crisis. So I think you understand now that you're sitting in that sort of, in that waiting room, but you know what? It's okay. It's okay to be in the waiting room. You're comfortable with this. It's like there's a feeling of peace here that's quite beautiful. So being this is the energies that I'm feeling for today, I really like it. I think everybody's understanding that there's a greater plan for you here. And we're waiting for this divine timing. Have a wonderful Sunday, everybody.